Hello there. So you've probably seen the thumbnail or read the title in order to have clicked on this. But today's Speedpaint is drawing a vampire girl who's dressed up as Mothman. There's not really a real reason behind doing this. I just wanted to do it because vampires are neat and so are cryptids, and Mothman's like a pretty well-known one, so I figured might as well go for it. I'd also try doing a different thing with the shading. Usually what I do digitally, if I'm using line art, I'll like have line art and then I'll block in shading and either blend it out or I'll just like leave it cell shaded. So I'll just do like the one pass. For this one, I don't know what to call it. It's just like, it's kind of just cell shading but with extra steps where I've done cell shading and then I've done like another one to be like lighter and then another thing for highlights. So nothing is blended out and I think it looks pretty cool. This drawing took me around 2 hours, so it doesn't take me significantly longer than it usually takes me to do stuff, so maybe I'll implement that in the future. It was pretty fun, I guess. Pretty okay. I guess it kind of just depends on the vibes. Also, this shoe here, the one that's like facing forward on the extended leg, I really enjoy how that one ends up turning out in the end. I don't know why, there's not really a particular reason I do. Oh, I also shrink down the antenna. So the way I went about this is I figured, well, if you're gonna make a Mothman costume and you were a child, how would you do that? So I've got, because a moth, I don't know if Mothman himself has a vicious moths in general. I didn't really like search up because there's not really like a solid reference for Mothman, and also like if you're a child, you might care about making it accurate, but also you might be like, this is fun, so I'm gonna do it. So she's got the little fluffy part, because moths, some of them have like the little fluffy part around the neck. I kind of have it, so I guess it's just like a fluffy scarf she found and just wrapped around, and I just thought that was cute. And I've given her like normal kid shoes because she's a kid. She's not gonna try and make like boot covers or something. Oh, I think because Mothman has like red glowy eyes, and I was like, I could have given her glasses. Like in theory, I could have just given her like the red, like tinted sunglasses people use when they're cosplaying Mothman, or like contacts. Because maybe vampires that have red eyes, I don't know, she doesn't have her eyes open, so that wouldn't have fully translated. So I decided to make it like a face paint sort of, or like she just caked on some miscellaneous red makeup product on her face, because then the placement's more accurate, because Mothman's like eyes aren't really, I don't know, it's kind of what you make of it. Also this part where I'm coloring in where the fill bucket didn't go all the way has a neon background, and that goes away in a little bit, but not as soon as you'd like it to, so apologies about that. So yeah, then I gave her like normal leggings, because that just made sense. I gave her like a dress, just like a normal kid dress. My sister still had like a similar-ish one. And then for the wings, I have it, so it's probably just like a tablecloth or something that she had a parent or someone older like sew the loops onto. So that's why there's the loops around her hands and then the ones over her shoulders, so it stays on. And then she kind of just flap them in the wind, and I thought that was cute. And then for the headband, it's just for like the antenna, because moths have the antenna. It's just a headband with feathers attached to it, because that's more or less how it works. Oh, I thought I made her blue. Okay, so the entire vampire thing, right? Sometimes people make them really pale and white, which I guess is like valid, I guess, because I don't know, if you're going with like vampires that are undead, then it kind of makes sense because your color goes strange. But also, as your body like decomposes rods, whatever, I supposedly it gets kind of blue. So if you think of like Marceline from Adventure Time, she's blue. So I thought that'd be cuter to go with, making her kind of like a purpley shade as opposed to just like straight up like really pale. So I made her kind of purple, because the blue just seemed really like she was frozen, whereas like to ice, whereas the purple's got like a little bit more life into it because it's kind of warmer. And then for the blush, I just had the same color as this kid but on a multiply layer, so that it's not, so like she still has some like life to her, I guess. 'Cause, you know, little kids, they do be running around. You know, she's like mid-jump in this, so it makes sense. I made her tongue blue for literally no reason, just because her skin was kind of purpley, and making like a pink tongue seemed kind of off. Oh, so here's the first round of shading. I don't know, I didn't really have a plan going in this. I just see people do cool stuff with the cell shading, and I want to try giving it a try, because I haven't really found shading method that I'm like super pleased with yet. Like, I still think there's plenty of ways for me to improve, so I'm trying to do that, because improvement is good. Yeah, and then I try to make all the grays slightly different colors, so that's why the wings are super purple. And here I was just messing around with overlay layers, but then I didn't end up adding any. And then the hair shines. So I struggled for a bit, and then I decided to do this, kind of just making it like an extra shape within the shape, but just making it a lighter version of the shape. You can see what I'm doing, where I'd block it in, and then I'd have the brush the same size. For all of it, I just trace the edges of the shading, with the exception of the feathers. The feathers, I kind of just winged it, and I don't know, they turned out pretty cool. They're one of my favorite parts, so I'd call that pretty successful. And then this doesn't have a background, because, I don't know, I think it'd be like a cute sticker or something, and stickers don't have backgrounds. And also, I didn't feel like drawing a background. Like, I have like a forest one that I just took onto things, but it didn't seem to fit right, and I didn't want to draw like a residential scene. But yeah, I messed around with overlays when I'm adding one. This is the final thing. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Goodbye.